Congress is just days away from another government shutdown over immigration. Senator John McCain of Arizona has released his idea of what an immigration compromise ought to look like. His bill, which was crafted with Democratic Senator Chris Coons of Delaware, would provide amnesty for millions and millions of illegal immigrants in return for zero concessions. No wall, no end to chain migration, no end to the diversity lottery, nothing. It's an absurd idea that nobody takes seriously, including the White House, which dismissed it out of hand today. But it does raise the question, where are we? What is the state of play and where are we going? Noorani is Executive Director of the National Immigration Forum, and he joins us tonight. So I think this is a pretty baffling position that the left is in right now. So Trump has basically said, I will give you 3 million new Democratic voters, and all you have to do is build a wall, which you say doesn't work anyway. So what's wrong with that?
I would ask the same question because, in fact, the president has turned down deals over the past month that offered exactly that. But let's take a step back. I think the president deserves credit for putting his cards on the table. Senator McCain and Coons have done that today, and we have multiple bills in various states of motion. The president can do something that neither President Obama nor President Bush could do and solve part of our nation's immigration problem. The deal is there to be had. He's just got to close it.
Well, but the stumbling block, one of a number of them, but the main one is the wall. And it's confusing to me why everyone, and the people who are against the wall are for more illegal immigration, obviously. But they argue simultaneously that the wall is ineffective. Mexico, for example, argues that the wall is both an abomination and it won't work. If it won't work, why are they mad about it?
Well, see, I, number one, want a secure border. I want a border that keeps us safe, but I also want...
No, but a wall.
Let me explain. I also want the American taxpayer for their money to be used the right way. So the right solution here is a combination of technology, infrastructure at ports of entry, fencing, and some infrastructure at strategic places.
Let me just say that I don't believe you. I don't come close to believe, because we're talking $50 billion or $20 billion.
You don't believe that I care about security and the American taxpayer?
Not at all.
Why?
Because we just spent $50 billion on Puerto Rico, which is not even a state. We spent $600 billion on the Pentagon every year, and we're not even really a war. We're talking about $20 billion on a wall, and all of a sudden people who don't care about spending in any other part of government are saying, oh, it's bad for the deficit. So they don't want the wall because it might work. And you know that and I know that.
So you know what I think we should do here is we should do the Tucker Carlson, Ali Noorani deal. And that is, let's protect dreamers, let's secure the border. If you want a wall, let's take a wall.
I personally think, well, whatever my views are, right. Trump just offered to give millions of so-called dreamers citizenship, right? Not just legal status. They can vote in exchange for the wall. And the left is saying the wall, they hate the wall because it's a permanent solution. If you put up sensors on the border, you can take them down. You hire more agents, you can reassign them. The wall is forever.
We are completely in favor of a narrow solution, exactly like what you're talking about, protecting dreamers and protecting the border.
No, but you're not, though. You're for border protections that can be repealed. Hadrian's Wall is still there. The Great Wall of China is still there. Israel's wall works. Lots of walls work. That's why the left. So you'd be for a wall. Like, why not spend $20 billion on a wall?
If the Border Patrol along that are the experts on the border say, you know what, we need a wall in this particular place, let's do that.
But so they make decisions? So you're in favor of cops making policy? Is that what you're saying?
I'm in favor of experts making policy.
No, I thought the public got to make policy. This is a democracy. So if they vote for... the public gets to make policy. That's why we have elections. And they voted for a wall, so why don't they have one? Because
we want experts on the border to make the right decisions. And some places are going to say we need a wall, and other places are going to say we need ports of entry.
Wait a second. So you think a Border Patrol agent or an expert should have more authority than voters in a democracy? How does that work exactly?
How it works is that somebody who's had 20, 30 years of protecting our nation knows the best way to protect our nation.
So why have elections at all?
Because that's why you elect policymakers who set the policy so that experts can implement that policy.
But we didn't elect a policymaker. We elected a reality TV star who ran on building a wall. And people didn't elect him because he was a reality TV star. They elected him because he wanted to build a wall. And he seemed very literal about it. And they voted for that. He won. And now in Washington, we're saying, you don't get a wall. You don't know enough. So maybe I'm starting to think it's not really a real democracy, is it?
I think that we want our experts to protect the American public and the American taxpayer. Experts along the border say we need a mix of infrastructure, technology, and security like ports of entry.
But you're not uncomfortable with ignoring voters in this? Why wouldn't voters say this is a fake democracy, actually? It's an oligarchy run by people like you.
The voters have spoken, and they elected Donald Trump. He is our president.
What did he run on?
He ran on securing our border.
No, he didn't. He ran on the wall.
So then let's make sure we're securing the border.
No, let's build a wall. And anything short of that, won't that send a very clear message? Maybe you disagree with, well, that's totally fine. You're not a Trump voter. They won. Why wouldn't they get what they want if this is really a democracy? And if it's not, let's just shut it down and let's just admit it's not really a democracy. It's run by 4,000 people who went to HBS and worked at McKinsey and now are running think tanks here. Let's just be honest about it. And the voters are immaterial. Like, that's true, isn't it?
No, who actually secures our nation is Customs and Border Patrol officers who are putting their lives on the line every single day. And if you're gonna disrespect their expertise, Tucker,
I'm disrespecting them. Okay. I hate our troops. Mr. Noorani, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you,
I
Tucker.
appreciate it.